Start.
Okay, Membury, my love.
Hello.
My love.
I was watching Rocket League Pro League and I got messaged 15 minutes ago saying I have a game. Now I'm pretty sad.
What a
Oh,
Rocket League Pro League, absolute
Bro,
monster.
well,
Rocket League's
OCS
fun.
is banging. Bro, I was watching the 2015 finals and oh my god, they're worse than you, Jinky.
Jinky, you can see my fucking
Cool.
hand.
The stream is live, so you guys ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's go.
Cool, cool. Have fun, guys.
Yeah, good luck, Hassan.
So we are live with Team Misalignment versus Revive. The standard 5 for Team Misalignment here: Tat, Cooper, Jinky, Sensei, and Magic. Defending first on Clubhouse. Sensei is up in the champ ranks, as is Magic. I'm not sure if they were actually that high last time I spectated these guys. They have banned out the Maverick, which is fairly standard. Revive also have a champion, so should be a fairly even match. From what I've seen of the two teams so far, Team Misalignment are top of the league. They do look like the team to beat. Pill is also actually a champion, so we've actually got two champions on each side here. The Monty band coming out. Let's see if we get the standard mirror echo bands. There goes the mirror, so I'd be surprised if we don't see the echo next. But could see a Maestro. I always find it interesting when Maestro gets banned. It takes away a lot of intel, impact trick, secondary shotgun, and of course the older, the 80 round LMG. So there's a lot of aspects of Maestro which are really useful to get rid of. But a lot of teams I think depend on him because Echo is such a normal ban. Oh, and speak of the devil, Maestro is actually banned, so we will see Echo in play here. Which obviously brings a whole new set of utility. You've got the Yokais, which are so hard to get rid of. You've also got a very nice, easy to use ACOG. We are going downstairs first. Let's see if Team Misalignment decide to bunker or if they are going for a roam strategy here. On air with 5 people, so a lot of people seem to be quite interested in this match already. Put your predictions down in the comments, let me know what you think is going to happen. Only the one hard breach so far, yes, expect from a thinker onto the thermite, so maybe baiting out a little bit of a rush strategy. Make it look like they might be about to push in quite quickly when they're not. Kite is in play here. Thatcher is on the board. They do have a Thatcher, so it'll be interesting to see if they've got accurate kite tricking. Looks like we're going to see mostly a bunker hold coming out here from Team Misalignment. In terms of utility, they might send a couple of players upstairs. I have seen Sensei do some very good roaming on this map before.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left.
Looks like Revive have got quite good drone economy here, so let's have a look to see how they attack into this. Just droning out the top floor. Looks like they might be going for mostly a roam clear through the CC garage side. It looks pretty well coordinated here. They have got the Habana droning the other two into garage, so what you'd expect to see at this level. But all 5? Yeah, all 5 of the TM players actually playing downstairs. So 2 in sight, 1 in dirt tunnel, 1 blue. Tat's here, probably the most aggressive person playing on these new blue stairs. And nobody really near him at the moment. Slash is in the bar, so they have got control of the top and middle floor very quickly within a minute. Now they are just making use of this vertical play. This is fairly standard for Clubhouse. You do seem to see a lot of teams bunkering and just relying on the strength of the site to waste the time for them. Early engagement here coming out between Sentai and Pillars. Both players getting lit up a little bit. And also taking a lot of damage here. I think it's been challenged by Tats, who has backed off.
Bomb has been located.
First hatch getting open here is blue hatch. Only the Maverick band, so there's a lot of options available for the attackers to be able to break down the defenses.
Bomb located by attackers.
It looks like Thermite might have actually opened the hatch, so no impact trick here. Cooper's got one impact in his pocket, which is kind of surprising to see. Opening kill there from Webby onto Tats, and that is the Valkyrie off the board. I don't know if she used her C4 in time, so that might be some utility removed there for the defenders. Oh, and Miss Valcam's getting a good amount of intel for Jinky, who sees the Thermite. Oh, and gets the headshot onto Slash, who was just walking through, unaware that the smoke was swinging. Double hit, double kill coming out here from Jinky. 4v3 for the defending team. Jinky on this moto spot, just racking up the kills. Does get taken out, so it's a 2v2.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
35 seconds left. This is winnable for both teams. Cooper here right next to the Habana. Pushes out, must hear what she's doing. It does swing and get the kill, so 2v1. Just also left on the board. Can he clutch the situation here? He does have the hatch open. He hasn't got the church wall open, so he's got limited options. He can only really drop the hatch or go for the diffuser, and unfortunately it is
15
a
seconds.
bit away from him. Sees the kite and doesn't hit the shots, and it is 1-0 to team misalignment. There was a Valkyrie cam actually calling out what was going on there by the looks of it, so fairly standard defense win on Clubhouse Basement. Very defender-sided objective. Well played from both teams, though. I think Jinky there swinging out into motor did a lot of harm to Revive. It would have been quite interesting to see if he got killed, how that would have swung. On to CCTV now. The Ella actually coming out here from Team Misalignment. Possibly going for a double roam with the Jaeger. Oh no, 6 picks onto the Goyo, so bit of a utility meta here. Now this is the tricky part about Clubhouse, since Buck's lost his nades. Buck does offer you the much better soft destruction, allowing you to deny the impact trick, to shoot out above walls quickly.
Attackers need to locate and
But you have only now got
bombs
the
if they
Zofia and the Thatcher to get rid of the utility. There is no Maestro in play, so it is just the Goyo shields and potentially the Wamai shield. But that is 3 shields to get rid of with only 2 projectiles, so one of them to be staying up. Fairly standard shield here coming out from the Wamai. Interesting to see where this Goyo is putting both of his shields. Still got both in his pocket at the moment.
10 seconds left before insertion.
I wonder with the 6-pick whether or not Sentai normally
5
would
seconds
have,
left
maybe not
before
him because
insertion.
he's normally Verone, but I'd wonder if Team Misalignment would normally have one of their players playing the Maestro on this site and they're swapping things around to try and adapt to it. Because it looks like they don't have pre-placed setups, it looks like they're discussing this in-game at the moment. I do wonder if you're going to see the Zofia trick come out here to try and get the wall open. They have got the utility to do so. Just checking New Blue, making sure they're safe. Fairly standard garage take coming out here. So if they're just opening that top panel, but it looks like the Habana pellets have bugged out a little bit, and it's not fully open for him. I suppose it's not an area which you're going to walk into, so it doesn't matter too much, but it could cut down a couple of key angles potentially.
A bomb has been located.
And just look like they're using the Zofia to double tap this bandit, who does just get taken out straight away, and that is the wall getting opened by Revive. They put themselves into a 5v4. Tats here in a difficult position, holding down these rafters. He's got good utility to do so, but he gets picked off from a breach. Also there with a kill. And I feel like CCTV is a bit of a difficult site for defenders, because the attacking teams at this point know how to break it down so quickly with Zofia. Plant is going down. We do have complete garage control. Defender's in a very difficult position trying to deny this with the breach open, and Cooper looking like he's going to get left in a 1v5 retake here. Very difficult defense here coming out for team misalignment. Could go flawless unless Cooper's able to get a kill. Looks away at the wrong moment, doesn't see the buck, and it is a flawless round for Revive, taking it to a 1-1. Both teams looking fairly even here, pretty much as expected. TM are going back to CCTV, so it'll be interesting to see if they stick for Bandit after how quickly he got taken out by the Zofia. Sensei going for the Vigil this time instead of the Goyo potentially. I wonder if they would consider using a Kite at this point just to keep themselves safe from that spot, but no, they do go for the Valkyrie instead, and Revive aren't running a IQ, so these Valk camps could be very powerful. I'm a little bit surprised about that, considering that Echo could potentially be in play, but both teams here seeming to just be playing the utility meta of taking out shields and projectiles and not playing into the IQ Echo meta. I assume the plan for team misalignment here is for Sensei to go below and try and protect New Blue. Because otherwise we could just see a repeat of last time where the wall gets opened and the player in garage gets taken out quite quickly. We'll have to see if they try and adapt at all.
Up and running. 10 seconds to insertion.
Again, Sensei putting his utility down late. It looks like he's improvising some of this.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Not the most thought out camps by the looks of it. But they are just a means to an end at the end of the day. They are just here to try and get some early intel on what's going on. And he does see the Zofia. I wonder if we're going to see a run out here. Both players potentially going on drones. Valk camp has been spotted, as has the drone, and Sensei doesn't go for run out, so patient play from him, and they are investing a lot of people into watching this New Blue angle to protect the Bandit. Which was Tats in a difficult position, playing very aggressive near New Blue. Being droned out and struggling with his drone by the looks of it, and getting lit up from the main entrance. Sensei is nearby to help him out, but the two of them forced off this blue angle. Be interesting to see how much of the vertical destruction pillars knows here and whether I can get some kills from the buck shotgun. Again, Slash already in position to get this double tap. He actually misses the Bandit, who doesn't quite get the tricky. I'm surprised he actually survived that. He played that very close to the wire. The wall is open, and this time Magic has actually survived, so leaves it in a 5v5. Only Cooper, again, playing the garage on his own. I'm surprised that one of the two players downstairs didn't go to lower garage to try and support him. But Sensei does get the C4 kill, which looks like it was potentially up into... I can't find where that was. I'm sure someone on stream right now has seen it and is shouting at me saying it's over there, but I can't find that for the life of me. And Cooper takes us into a 5v3. Webby does get the trade there. So the attackers do have the diffuser in the objective, but they aren't yet in a position to plant due to the man disadvantage. I wonder if Webby's just gonna... No, he overpeaks for Jaeger, who jumps over the top and gets a double kill here for Tats. Slash downstairs on his own, does take out Sensei. 1v3 situation, he is the top fragger so far for Revive. But this is a very difficult position to sit in, and he doesn't have the correct utility to break this down properly. So if he does win this, it'll be through gun skill, but he gets lit up and forced even further away from sight. And he's trying to play this vertical angle, but they aren't fully open, and he doesn't really have the means to do so. Goes up to the breach. The repel sound's going to be extremely loud here, and unsurprisingly, the smoke picks up on that very quickly. 2-1 here for Team Misalignment, and it's looking fairly balanced for a clubhouse match. It is slightly defender-sided. Revive have shown glimmers that they know what they're doing for each site, especially for the first flawless round they had onto the CCTV cache. So I'd expect this to go towards a 4-2 half, which means that at the moment I think this is heading towards a fairly balanced match. It'll be intriguing to see if Team Misalignment can win their church basement again and start to push this towards a more one-sided game. Slash here, still the top fragger. Jinky riding off the back of his first round 3k, but Tats and Cooper contributing as well.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
It looks like a fairly similar utility lineup, apart from the alibi, so I don't think we'll see Team Misalignment go for a roam. I think they've shown that they like to play it as a bunker. And Revived only spent a minute roam clearing last time, so I don't think the time aspect is going to hurt them at all. It could alternatively, we could alternatively see Team Misalignment go for a shallow roam and try and waste a little bit of extra time. Because I think to some extent Jinky did win their first defense on this bottom floor a little bit through just making a play and just swinging around an unexpected angle. So I don't know if he'll be able to repeat that, in which case this could go either way. I think it'd be wise from Cooper and Tats here to try and waste a little bit of time on the roam, maybe just 30 seconds or so. Try to avoid getting picked off and make it just a tad more difficult for the attackers to get into sight towards the end of the round. Fairly similar attack coming out here from Revive. They are doing their due diligence in terms of just droning out the different aspects of the map, droning out the top floor, droning out the strip, shooting out the annoying microphones that make way too much noise. Speakers, I mean, not microphones, what am I on about? And again, they're in the bar, this time with only 40 seconds gone, so they have very efficient droning here, which is saving them a lot of time at the start, but now it's just a question of whether they can break this down. Again, no impact trick coming out. Oh no, sorry, I take that back. The impact trick does get 5 of the pellets. It's a little bit of a hatch open, which is going to make it... Yeah, the impact trick's still going to work here, I think. Well, Sensei's gone off it. Oh, it's the alibi who's actually impact tricking, so... I wonder if Sensei's going to... Yeah, they are actually potentially going to get... Oh no, they don't. The hatch is open as I say that. I thought they were about to go over and get all 3 of them, but... There's a lot of vertical destruction in the kitchen now open with the hatch and the buck. The alibi does get spotted here on the cages, so it'll be intriguing to see if she's able to rotate out. Actually, I think she might actually be peeking this hatch quite aggressively. She does retreat into the dirt
Bomb
tunnel.
located by attackers.
Slash here is already down in moto. I'm sure he's aware. He takes out the bullet holes, which I think is well played. He does panic a little bit potentially and shoot out that Prisma, which is going to give away his location, and it's going to let the attackers, the defenders know that the attack is right next to the church wall at this point. No denial on the wall here, so the church wall is going to get open. Jinky is forced out of position and does get down, so we see it going to a 5v4, 4v4. The defensive is out very far back inside, but very lit up as well actually. Jaeger has rotated all the way to the top floor and gets the kill onto Osel. Magic does get killed upstairs. Very aggressive flanking there by the looks of it coming out from Team Misalignment to balance this out, and now Slash and Suther are in sight, but I don't think they've got the diffuser. The diffuser's been dropped over by main stairs, and Suther is left on his own, trying to clutch the round up here. But seems to be unaware of the Jaeger, and we do see it go to 3-1. Very good flanking there coming out from Misalignment. It'll be intriguing to see now if Revive are able to continue the momentum they had on their first CCTV attack and potentially bring it to at least a 4-2. They do have to do their gym bedroom attack before that, however, so we'll see how this pans out. I should have got a glass of water before doing this because my voice feels rough. The castle strat here, fairly standard for gym bedroom. Yeah, the ash pick does seem to be potentially in mind with this. You know fairly often if you're going to gym bedroom you're going to have the castle set up on the gym door to protect the bandit.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Magic again playing this Valkyrie, and Revive still aren't picking up on an IQ at all. So I'm actually surprised to see no Echo being played yet. It's been available in all of our rounds. I don't think we've seen it once, which is potentially a little bit of a waste. And I do wonder if so many teams are used to the Echo plan, but they just don't have any straps with him. I think it might have been Revive who actually banned out the Maestro, in which case it's a very good ban from them just to throw Misalignment off, who don't seem to be making use of the Echo at all.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
So we are seeing a full CCTV hold here. They haven't reinforced any of the red wall. Habana straight away getting rid of... I'm not sure what the Habana's... Oh, actually just opening up some footholds on the CCTV wall. So just immediately getting control of it. So this is a nice way of doing it. It gives you a very safe angle just to watch in at their feet and stop them peeking out to the window without exposing your own head. I like this a lot from Soothsayer, just leaving himself on rappel just to let his team get on with the other side.
Bomb located by attackers.
TM here playing very, very close together. They've got 3 people inside, the Bandit tricking him and the Valkyrie on her own, over by the construction cache side. Not very much room to maneuver, but they potentially don't need it. And the Valkyrie here potentially about to overpeak this Habana quite badly, just jiggle peeking it. Does potentially see Habana's head, who is just backing off here, but does get lit up, and Slash gets the opening kill. That is the Bandit of Tazcon, so the wall is now open. So far this hasn't seemed like a very confident defense from Team Misalignment. They haven't been roaming at all. As I say that, they do get a kill. I'm just concerned that I don't think they've wasted enough time here. And although they are evening this out in a 4v4 situation, I wonder if the utility of the hard breach here is just going to leave them with no situation to sit in. That is a bathroom wall getting open. Now Sensei immediately forced out and killed, and that's what I mean by the hard breach, just leaving them with nowhere to sit in sight. And I'm not sure they've wasted enough time to be able to survive this. One of the smoke cannons is going out already. There is a minute left and only one canister left. So Jinky is picked off, and this is looking like it could go to 3-2 here. Cooper in a 1v4 situation with possibly the worst gun in the game and completely unaware of the thermite about to push him in. Very good attack there coming out from Revive. I really like what Habana did just to completely deny them any control of, to deny Team Misalignment any control of cache and CC, I mean. And yeah, I think Team Misalignment needed to roam a little bit more and waste a little bit of time over by the garage potentially, or just have someone playing downstairs. Make use of a little bit more of a map. They are going back to CC here, so this could be on track for the 4-2. If Revive get this round, they could put themselves in a very good position. 3-3 on the split. Not necessarily going to win them the game, but definitely going to give them an advantage towards getting at least a draw. They've actually come off Habana for a Capitail, so I'm assuming we're going to see the Capitail trick.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And we've gone for the Ash Amber Sophia, so I'm wondering if they're just trying to get a little bit more fragging potential coming out, which on CCTV I think makes a lot of sense, because if you get this main wall open then you really can just push in and catch what tends to be a fairly static defense off guard. Of course it takes a lot of gun skill and confidence to do that, especially against players of this caliber.
Seconds left. Camera activated. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it. Reloading.
Since I'm not playing as aggressively in stock this time, it does look like the majority of the defense are fairly similar positions. That's for 2 of them downstairs, just making sure they can't get control of New Blue. Almost some early damage, a very early C4 coming out here. Doesn't actually do any damage on anyone, so potentially a little bit of a waste of utility. Valkyrie playing in a way where she might not survive until the end of the round, so I suppose you could argue that it's good to try and get some use out of it. Viega playing very aggressive in Launcher, and he's just getting droned out. And he's in a tight spot with Severlang watching him. The stock door hasn't been opened yet though, so he's potentially got a bit of room to sit in. Oh, and just see Zofia, but Zofia picks him off.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Valkyrie downstairs here, again getting droned out. The attack probably just need to leave her be at this point. They've got the opening kill, they just need to flank watch her, which is a difficult skill to do as a team, but... The bandit swings on with Zofia and takes out Slash. It is 4v4. The wall has been opened as a result of him leaving his post, but I think that's definitely the right play in this situation. They've wasted a minute and 15 without the wall opening. Cooper here, having utility thrown in at him. He's obviously got the Magnus to protect himself, but he is getting lit up. He takes about 50 HP off with the Capital Bolt. Sensei here, and well, my does get picked off. Suther does now have the garage control, so very, very even round coming out here. This could swing either way as the control is really 50-50. And now Sensei potentially regretting using his C4 at the start of a round. Just make this flank up, and the Capital does get the kill, followed by Pillis swiftly. So now we see Magic in a 1v3, trying to clutch this up to take this to an even advantage up from the defense. He gets his first kill out onto the Ash, knows one's on the breach, but gets taken out from the garage, and we see an even 3-3 split of a half. Revive looking very strong on their CC attack. Slash and Suther and Webby as well, all popping off. Extremely even here coming out from Team Misalignment, only one of them with 3 kills. It does actually look like it was actually Team Misalignment who banned out the Maestro. I've got to say I wonder on that decision on their part, considering they haven't used the Echo once. I'm actually quite surprised because they banned first and banned the Maverick, so I'm very, very surprised that they didn't make use of the Echo utility at all. They were playing a lot of 2-speeds from what I remember, a lot of Valkyrie, Goyo, Wamai, so I suppose they were potentially looking a little bit more for a
Defenders,
fluid
protect your
lineup.
bombs from being defused by attackers.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Echo at all here so far. And again, no IQ on the board, so he seems to have been forgotten about. It's much like Mira, where he's been banned so often, but teams just don't have any strats ready for him. But unlike Mira, he doesn't need to change your reinforcements. I don't think there's much excuse for not just throwing him in at some point and just making use of him. They've reinforced this Rafters wall here, which gives a really nice bit of protection to the guy playing Rafters, but does leave the construction wall soft, so depends which way the attackers approach this.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Only the one hard breach coming out here for revive. Sorry, misalignment. You guys need to get more team tags. Jaeger here roaming right down at the bottom floor, not making any attempt to challenge New Blue at the moment, but in position to flank up if needs be. Bandit inside, doesn't seem to care about his wall at all. The bandit lit up from CC window. I wonder if Misalignment know what's going on here. Doesn't look like the wall's getting opened yet. And Slash has lost 50 HP already, so making no attempt to get this wall whatsoever. It almost seemed like a bit of a bait, just to try and waste a little bit of time without having to do anything. Suther has pushed up. Oh, and Slash at the last minute goes across and tricks for Thermite. Very well played there from Slash. That is one Thermite charge down, and with only the one hard breacher on the board for the attackers, that could be absolutely ground defining. Pillis. Unfortunately, I didn't catch the kill. It was down by the bar. The wall does get open. Pillis gets picked off from Tat. Jinky gets a kill to Suther, who was on the garage. The garage is now empty. Neither team has control of it at the moment. The defenders very far pushed back into Cash and Red Stairs. Just one guy over in construction, And Misalignment really needs to make use of this garage control. They aren't sending anyone around there whatsoever. They are challenging up and missing a lot of shots up into red. Tats, you're not going to be happy about I caught that. Finally, Cooper just having a look into this garage. I don't think they realise that garage is clear by the way that he's looking in here. Cooper making this very slow entrance in here. I'm assuming they've lost track of Slash in order for not being pushing this earlier. And Slash does get a kill, so doubling up on the idea that they potentially didn't know where he was after falling off of that bandit trick. Smoke lights up the thermite, potentially going to kill him with the smoke canister here. And Jinky does have to fall off the plant, so very well placed smoke canister. Slash on the run out, making the attackers very nervous. Webby does get the kill onto Tats, who wasn't the diffuser holder, so it's now Jinky in a 1v3 situation, and it is 4-3 here, coming out for Revive, who at the moment look to have a momentum on their side, having been 3-1 down at one point and now won 3 rounds in a row. And I do think CC is one of the most practiced attacking sites, so I'm surprised to see Team Misalignment looking a little bit rusty and not capitalising on that garage control earlier. We are going down to Church now, which in my opinion is the better site. Sensei is swapping onto Fabana, which is a little bit of relief for the attackers, because attacking Church with only the Thermite would be quite difficult. Possible, but you do have to change your playstyle quite a lot around it. I'm going to keep mentioning it. I believe we're 8 rounds in, and I don't think I've seen Echo once with Habana not played the entire time.
Defenders protect
Habana?
your
I mean
bombs
IQ,
from being
sorry.
defused by attackers.
Looks like another bunker hold coming out here, so no SSG strats being brought out here. Teams may be losing a little bit of interest in the SSG, just wondering if they're trying to work out their own things.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Let's see what Pillis does. Looks like he's
Attackers
not in
objective
position
is
to be
locate
roaming
a bomb
yet,
and
so
defuse it.
all 5 on site here coming out from Revive. And it's strange, I wonder if teams are just thinking with the amount of utility available to the defenders, if they're feeling like they can just sit in the bottom floor and waste enough time without having to roam. By nature of Clubhouse, the attacking team's losing a minute, maybe just 40 seconds, taking the top floors, which leaves them 2 minutes to break down what is a very effective bottom floor. That is Dirt Tunnel open straight away. I'm not sure if Jinky is going to be solo pushing this. He is droning it, so just checking. He does see the smoke and loses his drone to it. Jinky, nah, he's understandably not going for
Attackers
that.
bomb diffuser has been dropped. Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Quite a slow entry here coming out from Misalignment. The attacks from Revive had control of the bar within about 40 seconds. Misalignment taking a little bit longer, just going for this kitchen control. They have opened the Dirt Tunnel, of course, so a little bit of a different avenue open perhaps, but they are using a lot of Havana pellets here, potentially. They're not going to get the hatch open. That could be absolutely crucial here, as they've only managed to open up Dirt Tunnel so far. They are going to have to use the Thermite charge to get this hatch, and I think all of the attackers' impacts, sorry, the defense impacts have gone, so they are going to go get the hatch open. That means the church wall is not an option for them anymore. They're going to have to try and drop down through this hatch and do a dirt push, which is going to rely on Tats a lot here to get rid of the smoke. The smoke does get pinged, but it's got the utility to hold this down for quite a while. He's still got 2 of his smoke canisters left. I'm loving this battle coming out here in the Dirt Tunnel as they're just throwing utility and drones at each other, but Webby does fall off and peeks under the hatch very aggressively. No one on Team Misalignment punishing him for that. And Buck actually seeming to be completely unaware of him travelling underneath him. Slash does get the opening kill of a round. flurry of kills coming out there, leaving it in a 3v4. 3v3 as
A
Tats is
bomb
now
has been
inside.
located.
Unfortunately, the map control not working out, although they have managed to get into sight. But Jinky again left in a 1v3 situation and lit up and destroyed. And it's 5-3 here for Revive, who really do look to have swung the game in their favour. If they can get this gym bedroom, they put themselves on match point, and Team Misalignment here potentially on the verge of losing their first map of the entire league. Gym bedroom here. The defenders are picking their operators very slowly, and I wonder if they've practiced a strat for this. They have gone fairly default with a bandit castle set up again. And the 1Y is understandable, but there's no really fancy utility coming out here, so I'm not expecting to see anything particularly new or inventive. But let's just see if they can execute the basics well and get the round win from it.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Revive have surprised me a little bit coming into this. They did, of course, win the Randy Siege League prior to coming into the Sin League, so a lot of people I think rated them very highly coming in. And they haven't set the league on fire yet. They are showing here though that taking down Team Misalignment, they could potentially be a competitor for the very top tiers. I think we've got quite a balanced game here. I'll be intrigued to see how Consular goes across both. I think if Revive get the win across both maps, they really have established themselves as a force to be reckoned with, but for me, I'm very surprised to see Team Misalignment struggling here.
Attackers are moving to
And it's not beyond them to get the win. They haven't got to the crucial 6 rounds yet for Revive, but Misalignment do look a little bit disorganised and not quite at their best today so far. Again, only running the one hard breach, so whereas Revive were able to make use of Ivana just to flank watch this side, Team Misalignment using a whole thermite charge just to get that. Now they've only got the jacuzzi wall able to be opened. They can't open the construction wall, they can't open the bathroom wall. A lot of options not available for them because of their attacking lineup. And they are relying a little bit perhaps on just getting the kills because of that, but Revive seem to be on par with them, so I'm not sure if that's going to work out too well for them. So the interesting spot here, just close the door in logistics. I think he could be spotted from the hatch
Attackers have located a bomb.
if he gets seen. Oh no, he's actually protected from the hatch just about. He's got a shield set up to jump back into if needs be. I don't know if he'd actually make it there in time if they cut him off correctly. Okay, this is quite an interesting setup here from Romai. Just sat on red stairs behind the shield, holding this like you would if you were defending CC. The Magna actually backfiring a little bit there and being too close to him and getting him blinded. The Zofia does take down the castle barricade, so there's the wall lost. And Pillis with the opening kill over in gym bedroom. In construction, sorry. Looks like he got a kill out onto the balcony. Zufa taking this to a 3v5. And again, Misalignment just struggling to get in on these attacks. Tats does get the kill onto the bandit through the gym window and door. But Ash still here, looking into these defenders, just holding the cash and red stairs. And I don't think she's got anyone droning for her. She hasn't got any remaining utility potentially. She's got one Ash charge. Her shield is gone. Tats gets another kill. He's gone into sight, but every time one of the Team Misalignment players has gone into sight so far, they've been traded off very quickly. And it seems like they can get site control, but they can't hold it. If I'm just eyeing up a plant and seeing the vertical destruction and whipping out a little bit, lights up Webby, who survives on very little HP, and again, Jinky just left in a 1v3. Could get the kill on Walmart here, who is, yeah, he's very injured, so 1v2 situation. But I don't think he knows about the shield setup directly behind him, and he could end up planting right next to the smoke. Completely oblivious to the smoke behind him, and picked off to take it to match point for Revive. I gotta say, Team Misalignment really haven't showed up here on their attack. I'm not sure if it's the lineup they're running, they just seem to be not opening enough angles for them. They're taking away a lot of their own opportunities by not running the Sabana. Even with the Ashe and Zofia combination, they're still struggling a little bit to coordinate and get rid of my setup quickly. Still no Echo. I don't think we've seen him at all so far. I gotta say, Revive have been absolutely fragging out all of them, apart from Ossel, who isn't. Ossel's playing the support roles and he's not even playing badly, so they really have been winning the gunfights. And that plays a lot against what Team Misalignment are trying to do here with the Ashe and Zofia. They should be racking up these kills, but Sensei, who I think is normally one of their main fraggers, doesn't seem to be having the best of games so far.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
It is intriguing to see if Misalignment have just got off to a strong start, and maybe their league position at the moment looks incredibly strong, but maybe they're not actually going to hold it for the entire season. We are about halfway through the league. We're on Playday 4. So they do have a strong position to be in, and they don't have to hold on for long, but if they start losing some maps, they could throw it away very quickly. I'm intrigued to see what Ossel's doing here. Is he just... I missed it, unfortunately. It looks like he might have been setting up some angles below. I'm not sure if he's just put an electric law in the floor somewhere. He's got both in his pocket, so he was just making angles downstairs with the TCSG. Some nice strats here coming out from Revive. Now, Team Misalignment have spotted the self-destruction, so they know what's going on, and they've seen the barricade on New Blue as well, so they know they're relatively safe to enter into the bar area. But again, I'm assuming Pillis is just roaming slightly off Lounge and New Blue, so slightly different playstyle to the roam which came out from Team Misalignment, who were playing very aggressive in Lounge and New Blue, making it difficult for the attackers to enter in straight away, whereas Revive are playing a little bit more to flank into those areas. And it is Pillis roaming on his own here. And he's just crouch walking around the bar. He's making use of these angles into stock, but nobody there at the moment for him to challenge. Zofia potentially sees the Jaeger. It hasn't quite got the angle to see the Jaeger's body here. I'm not sure. I can't see from this angle if he's hidden behind the half wall. He does enter in. Pillis, are you going to notice? At the moment he's not peeking it, and potentially he isn't getting the call to. Zofia does seem to have gone straight past him. And Sensei gets Pillis, but Slash actually trades off against Hats. He's not able to get the wall though, so he's now stuck between an open breach and an open window, and they do fall back to side, so 4v4. Could go either way. This is match point, of course. Pressure on here for Team Misalignment, who do need 3 rounds in a row to get a point from this. Floor underneath where we've taken out, but he's not seemingly phased by this. And crucially, Soother still has control of Rafters with only 45 seconds left. I don't think Team Misalignment are going to get this off him. I'm also just wondering if they know that he's here. They do now have the man advantage, but the defending positions here are very strong and making use of him just to even miss out to it. Go past evening out. They're actually putting themselves in a man advantage. They've swung around. Smoke here seems to be aware of Sensei just crouch walking up red. I take that back, not aware at all. Sensei in a position here to really swing it, but he's not able to do so, and it is now Soother and Slash to close this out for Revive.
15 seconds remaining.
Magic with 12 seconds and not able to get it, and we actually see Revive win 7-3, winning all of their defenses. Quite a sweep here. After coming back from 3-1 down, they've won 6 rounds in a row, and I'm very impressed by the way that they've kept themselves going in this game. GG's to both teams, and we are on to Consulate for the next half.
GG.
Good half, guys.
Can we wait 5 attention between the games?
It's 500 minutes. Great idea.
Guys, I am swapping the settings back so the blue team
Yes.
will be attacking first.
Yeah, can we just take
Yeah,
it?
take 5 minutes. As far as I'm concerned, I don't mind. But...
Jinky, how's life? Jinky does not want to talk. Okay, I'm sad. How's life, man?
Good.
Not too bad. Wait, are you talking to me or someone else? That's awkward.
You.
Oof.
Oof.
Oof. Who was the other guy who spoke? Rest. We're in peace.
Not me.
Tats.
Not me.
It was you.
Oh man. Am I right in thinking that's Misalignment's first defeat of the entire league so far?
Yeah.
Oof.
Maybe.
I don't know how we ended up going to Clubhouse. It's the only map we haven't scripted.
Oh. Oof.
Who did map bans?
Oh, I think Coop did.
Oh, Cooper.
Kaz, this
no
is
wonder.
why you don't be lazy.
Cooper always calls out Astro when the guy's involved, so you see, there's a problem here. You actually don't understand how you got them two mixed up.
Membury, did you get any like my little clips that game?
I missed. Is that Pillar speaking?
No, Tats.
Tats.
Oh, Tats. I think I got quite a lot of your stuff. I think I missed quite a lot of Pillis. Like he was roaming around by the bar area quite a lot, and I kept on
Did you get
spectating him when he
anything
was
from
staring
me?
at a wall, and then every time he went and did something, I looked away. I was like, great. I think I caught a fair decent amount of the action, but
Oh, poggers. Bro, I don't
trying
even know
not
what
to
I done half the
overuse
game.
the bird's eye. Like it's so tempting when you're spectating just to stay in bird's eye view, because then you're like, yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
miss
yeah.
anything.
I got quite a nice, like, couple nice 2-piece entries in that.
I caught Jinky's. I saw Jinky swing around Moto and get a 3km first round.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
how did that one happen?
someone didn't open Moto Hatch, did they now? You spastic. You
Look,
fucking
at least your team can
mongoloid.
fucking impact trick, Cooper.
Oh, I also caught the.
Coop always fails at impact.
I
tracking.
caught the majority of a round where.
Impact, I swear to fuck.
I pre-fired Cooper in dirt. That was not a vibe for him.
Yeah, I got the majority of revive, getting rid of all of the Habana pellets with the impact grenades.
I don't know who it was, who Legion was when you got to a defending armory. I got like a swift one tap when they were back mannequins.
I have no idea. Oh no, that was me. That was me. Yeah, shit.
Right.
That was impact
and then I swung on the
hatch.
smoke.
Just, I peeked him through the floor and he just said fuck it and just started impacting me instead.
Misalignment, I got a question for you
Fine.
guys. Why do you ban the Maestro and not run the Echo at all?
Because we thought it was another map.
Yeah, we thought it was Cafe.
What?
Yeah,
Wait,
we thought we would play Cafe.
What's
That's
next
unbearing
map? What's next
excuses.
map?
Consulate.
I have, bro. I shit you not. I was told to join the game 15 minutes before it was supposed to start.
Did you guys like not look at the screen when you were doing your bans?
Yeah, but we didn't think of shit.
Cooper.
Yeah.
we don't play Clubhouse, we don't scrim Clubhouse. all of that was ranked strats. So we were like, ooh.
Actually, Club is our best map.
Yeah, it looked
We're
it.
safe in strats, we're so far ahead, we're comfortable, right?
Oh no.
Ah, yes, of course. Oliver Jenkinson running out of breach with a shotty is the most scariest thing in the world. Bro, that honestly, I shot myself. I knew you were gonna do it as well, but I still shot myself. It's the
I just
only
couldn't
thing
resist,
fucking-
especially
Yeah, I
because
know,
you
it's
would
the
have done
only-
it to anyone else.
Nah, I
Oh,
feel-
Membury, did you get my 2 pieces Jaeger that round? Where I killed Thermite and then hopped over?
Where were you when you got the kills?
It was top floor. I was in cash and then I hopped over the rotate and killed someone entering breach.
That'd
That'd be a no.
I'm not sure. I'm trying to think which round
Well,
it
I'll
was
let-
because there were so many rounds, but probably
No,
not.
I'm
I'm trying to think.
I'll look through the stream a bit later anyway.
All I
Yeah.
know is fucking, what was it? There was, the first round I get bodied by some guy because motor hatch wasn't open, and then I get a 3k the next round. Fucking shite.
You get a tree.
Tree, yeah,
3K.
you're very funny, Cooper. This is why you're shite.
Don't start. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Who is the Jaeger who
Alright.
came down One of the guys playing Jaeger came down the main stairs and got a kill onto that
Yeah, that'd be
train.
me.
Yeah, I caught that. I just about saw you do it in
Oh,
time.
fucking
I didn't
hell.
see where you actually went, you just suddenly appeared there. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I missed a lot of my first shots. I put like 2 people one shot, and then I kind of just trained on the stairs for a while.
Oh, who was it? Somebody was challenging. I think it might have been you, Tats. You were challenging up the red stairs angle, and I saw you whiff like a whole magazine of Zophia's gun.
Oh really?
Yeah, like you could see like a
Oh.
sliver of the smoke
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
on the
yeah.
top, and you just couldn't quite hit the pixel. You were like just slightly to the right of
Yeah,
it.
that was well weird for me because I felt like my recoil control was dead on point there.
Your recoil
And I
was
felt
fine.
like
Your
I
aim
was
wasn't.
just fucking- Yeah, well, I didn't even know, I guess.
Your recoil was like all in the same spot. It was just the wrong spot.
That's, did I even get in a gunfight with you apart from the one in dirt?
There was one in blue. So,
Yeah.
like, I was stuck in lounge while I capped out outside a double door.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then-
But
and
that's
then
not
you were
really a
blue, but-
gunfight. Yeah.
No, but literally, if I clip that, you can't see a single bit of you. All you could see is the tiniest corner of your head. The tiniest corner of your hat even. It weren't even you, and then I was dead. I was like, what the fuck?
Great game, to be honest.
It's gonna be so nice when we
your
have a play system.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Replay system on point. Just gonna spectate Cooper the whole game. Want to see what he does.
It'd be so nice at the end
Well,
of
you
the
don't know
game.
what
So
crossed my
like,
minds. Crossed
you
my
guys
mind.
ask me if I quote something, I'm like,
What?
let's just go watch them replay instead.
Bruh. I would
Well,
love
what'd
to
you say,
spectate
Cooper?
Webby. He would just be staring at a wall
Bro, I was
for 2.5 minutes straight.
I don't know what Webby was doing half of the game, not gonna lie. You just kind of there.
He vibes.
I was chilling.
You were vibing, Webby.
But the fucking flank watching bar, Ash laying down on main door.
Wait, the fuck?
Sensei nip.
Like he's laying on the main door, just fucking watching the bar. Well, first time I killed him, but second time like he was laying down, so unlucky.
I was quite
Please.
upset about that because I'd done some nice 2-piece entries and then we
Wait,
still
Billy,
lost
I'm
out.
disappointed you weren't in any of your fucking autistic spots. I was
Bro,
thinking
he-
like Freezer or like.
Wait, Jinky, did you
first
see
game on-
his aim on you when you was Jaeger?
I
You were
don't
still
remember.
behind the box when
Oh.
you dropped.
Control player.
Yep. I put my ADS up by 7.
Oh shit, that round. I was looking
Then
fucking
fuck,
everywhere.
My
man.
recoil went over the place.
I'm just reading the chat now, and you guys seriously thought you were playing Cafe.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That wasn't even a joke.
No.
How do you fuck up that bad?
Yeah.
It's just like.
Like,
Yeah, what
like
someone
we banned
says cafe
Maverick
and it's
because
like,
we're
that
playing
sounds
club,
great.
and then we said ban Maestro. Like, what? What's happened here?
I thought we banned Mavericks. He's just fucking broken and the best op in the game.
Why'd you just force show me into TM's lobby, you spackhead?
Who are we actually waiting for, by the way?
Sensei.
Owen.
Since he's been asleep all fucking day, I swear to God.
And
He's
bro,
useless.
He slept
you
for
wanna watch-
15
do
hours.
you wanna watch Rocket League Pro League with me after this?
Come vibe slash.
I will come vibe. I will indeed.
Can we just start a new party and do that while everyone else playing the game? Yeah.
4v4.
Agreed. We're
No, we
just
still
in party
play.
chat.
We just vibe.
Yeah, we're just in party chat.
I'm ready, go.
Right, yeah, we're good.
Was that Sensei? Bear in mind, I can't see anyone's mic, so I don't know who was talking.
Yeah, Sensei.
Also-
Sensei was talking.
Yeah, also
Cool.
back here.
Membury,
Just give me a minute.
the kill
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got on Phyllis with the C4 was on blue hatch.
Phyllis.
He stood on blue
Phyllis.
hatch.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like.
I was looking
moved
for ramp
up,
for that. I was
I
like,
was far back and I just moved up like I was far back in stock, but I moved like 2 steps, and then I was like on the hatch.
I was trying to think where the soft floor was, so I was looking around in like the kitchen area looking for the body, and I just couldn't see it anywhere.
He was stood on the hatch, and I had a
Oh,
camera,
man.
and I went, oh, he's dead then. Free kill.
That's nice.
Bear in mind, I'm probably playing shit because I've just woken up and I'm already drinking.
Oh dear. So,
This is what we lose go for.
am I right in thinking that
Then
everyone in
fuck you
TM's
and
ready?
the
We're
Frank
just
watch.
waiting on also.
I'll message him now.
Freak.
It's all good. I'm just trying to keep track of it because I don't want to start the game and then someone not be here. But
I think we're putting in a
Who's
protest now
defending
anyway.
first? Us or them?
we are.
Revive
Yeah.
defending this one, yeah.
Cool, cool.
Monsters!
Oh, it's wrong.
nipped.
Oh, it's consulate. Ew.
Wow.
I just realised that. Oh, you're
Honestly,
back, Will.
same
Okay.
slash.
Ah, Will's back. Yeah, we're good.
Bro,
Yeah.
consulate on attack
Right.
is a vibe.
Can I just get Tats and Suva? Suva's just said he's good. Tats, are you guys good as well?
Yeah, we're good.
Sometimes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna start then, so good luck guys and
Oh,
have fun.
sweating
Yeah,
like
go
a
for
fat lass in a chippy. Why is it so warm?
Shut up, Will. Always.
Cool, so on to the second map here, Consulate, which I'm assuming is going to be a stronger performance coming up from Team Misalignment, as they have admitted to losing the ban phase pretty much for the first map. They actually were preparing for Cafe. It is the first time they've lost points in the league, so that is their first map lost, which is impressive for Revive, regardless of the map phase going in their favour. Thatcher band coming out here from Team Misalignment. Ying ban, so a bit of a comfort ban I reckon, but I think I might have actually had that wrong around, sorry. I think it was actually, sorry, yeah, it was Revive who banned Thatcher, and it's Misalignment who banned the Ying. So Thatcher ban leaves the Maverick in play, so if you want to get the wall open you're going to play the Maverick, but if you're going to try and take out the batteries and stuff like that and use the thermite, then you're going to go for a roam clear. Pulse actually getting banned out here, so again, we could see Echo, Maestro, Mirror. We're going to see a lot of that kind of stuff still on the board. I just wonder if both teams will make more use of it this time. Echo is banned, so Maestro, Mirror in play, fairly standard. Mirror, decent on Consulate, but I don't think she's as powerful as other maps, so I'm not surprised to see her not banned. I think Valkyrie Pulse bans are quite common across Consulate. There's a lot of soft floor and a lot of angles where you can get good intel from a pulse scanner, all the way up from Visa Stairs looking up into admin and examples like that. The Nomad actually being left out, so Nomad here changes Consulate quite a lot in terms of the runouts from yellow can be so crucial at times, and it really is just going to take that aspect out of play. And we finally see an IQ. I suppose the Valkyrie here is still potentially going to be quite powerful. So, Revive running the Mute and the Kaid, so they can potentially get both of the walls of Mute Jammers and then Kaid for hatches. It's going to make it very difficult for the attackers here, aren't running a Maverick, so they're going to struggle to get the hatches
Attackers
open.
need to locate and defuse as many bombs as
I think this is actually my first time ever spectating a game of Consulate. It, in my opinion, is one of the best maps in competitive play. I think it's very well balanced and I enjoy it a lot, but I can understand that there's a lot of repels, and I think it frustrates quite a lot of teams who don't like the aspect of sitting patiently in a corner waiting for somebody to overpeak. So I think it's a map which suits more mature teams who know when the right time to run out and make a play is. And I think we'll see a close contest here between the two teams. And I take back what I said about the Kai. They actually are playing with the bathroom hatch open. So using the electric claw to get the wall. So the mute jammers instead will probably be used to stop drones coming in through the anti-chamber area. That's a magic immediately opening up these windows, and since I've taken some damage and actually gets down from main lobby, the defenders do know about that, so it's a 4v5 here. Not the start of the team misalignment we're looking for coming into the second half. And they are all over on the police line side, which is probably the hardest to actually get to the building from, so I wonder if that was a bit of a mistake from them. Vigil here, roaming around on the top floor. He's actually got the Jaeger up here with him, so I like what Revive are doing here with the bathroom set up to get the attention of the attackers, but then the roamers are actually playing upstairs. By the looks of it, not even droned out, so I think they've done quite a good job of hiding. And now this is where the Thatcher ban is so crucial, because the attackers don't have the option of just going to the wall. It's not available to them. Magic gets a kill onto Pillis, who went for a run out by the looks of it. I think that might have been a bit ill-advised considering the amount of time they were wasting. Cooper has made it in here to Piano. Slash does get a kill onto Magic. I'm not having much luck with actually spectating the key parts. I'm having horrific luck, apart from I finally caught a kill, which is great. It is Tats and Jinky left in a 2v3. And Tats just having to play frag here. He's not been able to use any of his thermite charges. Again, I was talking about Consulate not being preferred by a lot of teams. There's also no love for Carly being shown. She's got so much potential to sit outside of this wall, get the jammers, electricals off the wall, and then hold these massive angles from outside the garage breach. But teams just don't seem competent on using it. They don't seem like they want to learn it. And C4 coming out narrowly misses Jinky, who I think this is the 4th round in a row, potentially. I've seen him in a 1v3 situation. So I'm feeling a little bit sorry for Jinky here, because he's probably feeling a little bit stressed out. Maybe one of these days he's going to get one of his clutches, but Revive not giving him any space to work with whatsoever, and he's just crouch walking down the spiral stairs. He's got no drones, got very little intel. Pre-firing what he can, but it's giving away his position in doing so, and 17 seconds left. The camera spotted him.
15 seconds remaining.
If I had to name unwinnable situations, that would be very high up there, and very nice strat there coming out from Revive. I liked that a lot with the double roam top floor and the bathroom hole just distracting the attackers. Pillis, I think, went for a bit of an overplay, which didn't get punished at all by team misalignment. And they are now going back to top floor. I wonder if going bottom floor actually caught misalignment off a little bit, but we'll see. Lion coming out from Jinky, who seems to have had enough of his hard breach roll. I'm not surprised, considering the amount of clutch situations he's been left in. And you don't necessarily need a hard breacher for top floor. You could take Habana. Ace might be quite powerful with the smoke grenades when he comes into play, but for the time being, Habana's the only one with the range destruction, which is what you need to be able to go on these repels and open angles. Only the 2 kills coming in from Misalignment, who struggled to get towards the building and then didn't make any attempt to roam clear the top floor. They really haven't looked on form today. I'm hoping that they don't lose their heads and that they can actually come into this second map a little bit more. They have lost 8 rounds in a row across the match now. From what I've seen, the map ban definitely seemed to go in Revive's favour. They looked very strong on Clubhouse, and their first round they looked very well prepared for Consulate, and I think we're seeing what definitely looks like an organised team here.
Locate and defuse a bomb.
Misalignment here, almost forming a new yellow meta with the Nomad IQ Lion combo. Letting the team down with no finger blitz though. And there's a very evil, very early black eye taken out there. I'm not sure how they spotted that. They must have seen it thrown out from a window, because it doesn't look like the IQ's been on her gadget at all yet. And I think this is potentially the part of Concert that a lot of teams get frustrated by, is just rappelling up onto these angles, opening them up and just being patient. So Misalignment taking control of the Visa side of a map, and Revive aren't challenging it at all. The closest thing they've got is Slash playing over by this printer room. He's supported by Otto, who's got the LMG, so very good guns here. And ooh, the opening kill coming out from Magic, who has got control. The attackers here do have control of printer, break room, and by the looks of the front desk. Just trying to eke out a little bit more control so they can push up towards Soda, but Valkyrie's got very useful intel and the double C4 from Pillis. And again, Misalignment just looking a little bit off-put by some of the things that are getting thrown out of them.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
They're going very much through standard positions and not really clearing the vertical aspects of the map, but they have evened this out. So this is a winnable round for them if they can play this correctly. They've got a lot of control over meeting here, and defense sat quite far back inside. They do have denial in the smoke. He's got 2 of his canisters left with 40 seconds to go, but the plant is coming out from Magic, and he doesn't seem to be... Oh, he messes up the smoke canister. Sets it off. Plant is going down. He kills the IQ, but he doesn't seem to be aware that Magic actually falling off the plant here and just pre-firing a little bit, giving away his position. Magnets catching the stun grenade, which could be crucial if it... No, it doesn't quite blind him, but he gets down from the angle below, and Jinky, even when he's taken off his thermite, gets left in a clutch situation. If he gets the kill onto the smoke, he's got the potential to swing this around, but the smoke is playing it very well, just backing off at the moment, going and hiding by the long desk, and gets the kill, making it 2-0 for Revive, who are looking dominant so far. Magic had a very good round there, but the rest of his team weren't able to get on the board. That C4 coming out from Pillis just seemed to take all of the momentum away from their Visa take. Revive making it down to the lobby, having not lost a single objective so far. We're not going to see the split come out. Now I wonder if this is a site where they would have run the Pulse, because I do think it's a very powerful site for Pulse. But they do have a C4 in Mozzie. So we've got some plant now below, and lobby's really interesting because you can play it from above or you can play it below. There's a lot of angles to work with, there's a lot of floor to work with. You just gotta have the intel kept alive from this evil eyes.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Bomb located by attackers.
Deploying razor wire.
So the hatch is open here. If the C4 is thrown correctly, you can get the Z4 to come up through the hatch and into the main lobby, which would be a very nice angle to see in use. Not sure what Pillis is doing. He's roaming around on the top at the moment, so this makes me think that they're mostly going to hold it from above. The Mozzie doesn't have the super shorty anymore, which used to be incredibly useful for going upstairs and opening angles looking down. But he's possibly being used more to replace a bit of a vigil role, playing on the top floor, denying some drones, wasting a little bit of time.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
3 people upstairs. I'm assuming the smoke and the Jaeger are going to swap round, so quite a heavy roam upstairs so far. Also left alone in sight, and again, the attackers spawning over on this extremely risky side of the map and coming straight into challenging, and Sensei, again, punished for it. He's already down to so little HP. A little bit of a shame here to see Misalignment struggling to get towards the building at the moment.
A bomb has been located.
And I really am intrigued by the way that Revive are playing so many people upstairs. They've only got Ossel and Webby playing downstairs who aren't hard holding it. They're moving around a lot and still doing aspects of their setup. Misalignment, again, seems to prefer this admin Visa side to enter in through. Sensei on the upside down rappel with the air jab next to him, keeping him safe, but in a difficult position with so little HP to work with. C4 gets ripped. I don't think that's going to hit him. I think I've got a glitch where this... I'm not sure if that's a glitch or if he is just holding the C4 at this point. It looks like he might just be holding the C4. He has ripped it and he's just waiting to throw this out, and... Oh, the IQ very lucky not to take any damage there. She is already very lit up. Slash peeking out very aggressively here, and Misalignment just seemed to have come to a bit of a stall. They they're out on these repels and they've got a little bit of intel on what the defenders are doing, but they just can't get this opening pick, and time is just slipping away from them here. The Ash inside, Fossil is aware of this. Webby does get taken out, so the Ash playing very aggressively here. Not seemingly aware of where the Maestro is and gets taken out by the Mozzie on the retake. The retake does seem to work out for Revive here. Put themselves in a man advantage. Double man advantage now as it's just Jinky and Magic left alive. Crucial kill coming out from Jinky to put themselves back into a more winnable situation. But very little map control on their side and not very much utility to work with either. And now it is just Magic left alone in a 1v3. Unaware of a Maestro, and Team Misalignment really not showing up so far today. They keep having individual players make a little bit of leeway into sight and then just not being able to hold any map control, and definitely not looking like a good game for them. And now they are in a tough position. They've lost 3 rounds in a row on what isn't a very stereotypically defender-sided map, but Thatcher Van is no doubt contributing to it a little bit, especially with the way that Revive are setting up to deal with the Thatcher ban, or make the most of it, I should say. But we are seeing a bit of adaptation from here, from Team Misalignment, bringing the Maverick instead of a Thermite, so they potentially now have the option to go straight to the wall and get it open, which could offer them another avenue. It'll be quite difficult for them to deal with the vertical pressure though if the correct angles are set up from Piano, so I think they need to invest in a roam clear. But with Pillis and Slash roaming on the top floor, that could waste a lot of their time. They aren't bringing any smoke grenades, which I think would have been very useful for them if they'd been able to try and get the wall open and then smoke off for a plant. I wonder if the Nomad is worth it when top floor is currently locked off, and yellow runouts could probably be watched by a Claymore instead. I think we are going to see more or less the exact same strat coming out from Revive. That's a lot of ping, and I'm not sure if that's on my end or if that's on the entire server. I'm hoping that's not affecting the guys playing too much, but I think that could be an entire server error. I'm not actually sure how long that's been going on for. It looks like it's been fairly temporary, and Sensei, I don't know what's going on with Sensei today. He's normally a very strong fragger, but he seems to just be struggling to get to the building here. That's 3 out of 4 rounds so far where I've seen him from spawn take either 90 damage or just outright get killed. Maybe with the early C4 looking up into Anti-Chamber with a cam placed on it, so this could be a really useful spot if... Well, the IQ's off the board now, so they're not going to see it in time. And Misalignment looks so uncomfortable on Consulate. They just cannot get in the building, and they cannot break down these setups at all, no matter what utility they're using. And they just look a little bit confused at this point. They've started going for the wall, some of them have been roam clearing, they don't seem to have any synergy. And I'm surprised, because they said that they weren't expecting it to be Clubhouse in the first map. It looks like they weren't expecting Consulate in the second map either. I wonder if they prepared for Coastline instead. Cooper just seeing the bullet traces, so he's aware of a guy playing here. Lights up the feet of a Valkyrie, but doesn't get enough damage to down her. And he's just holding the anchor here. I wonder if his team's just having a bit of a chat, just discussing what to do. Now Pillis is running out. Now, I think this is clever from Revive, because it doesn't give Team Misalignment any room to breathe whatsoever, and it is a flawless round, very convincing. And Misalignment had a whole minute and a half there where they could have been discussing what to do in the next upcoming rounds, and it's taken away from them. So I casted a 7-0 the other day between Locked Up. I can't remember who the other team was. I think it might have been... It was actually Sin Dynasty, who've now disbanded. So I've casted a 7-0 before, and it is, particularly with PS4 teams, it's interesting to see how quickly they can tilt and lose perspective of how to play. So, not necessarily very much adaptation coming out from TM, and I just wonder if they've lost their heads a little bit, having lost Clubhouse 7-3 and now being 4-0 down here on Consulate.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
I gotta say, Revive have been playing very well. I've liked their strats a lot. I think they've shown the kind of quality that they had when they won the Randy League, and I don't think they've shown that so far in the Sin League, and I'm glad to see them stepping up a little bit and showing what they're capable of, because it does seem like they've been memeing around a little bit in some of the other games and potentially throwing points because of it, and I think they've definitely got the potential here to be at the top of the league. I think just beating Team Misalignment in itself just shows the potential they have, but the league's going to slip away from them if they don't pull out this kind of performance every week.
5 seconds to insert.
Misalignment, on the other hand, top of the league, and so far not showing much for it. They really haven't looked very good today. But winners sometimes just have a mentality where they're able to make comebacks just out of mental strength, and Sensei finally gets his kill. So hopefully this time he'll actually make it to the building, and this could be the start of a swing. They just need 1 or 2 attack rounds to go in their favour, and this match could completely flip on its head. Revive, I think, are probably playing quite aggressively here. So I reckon Team Misalignment just worried about more and more spawn peaks. I gotta say, I haven't spoken to both of these teams in the lobby. They both seem like pretty class guys. So they don't seem like the kind of team who would tilt too much, but I'm wondering at this point how both teams' comms are sounding. And Misalignment, again, they're out on these repels, doing their drone work, setting up the necessary angles, but they got to make the entry into the building at some point, and every time they've done so far, they've been met by either a C4 or they've just been met by so many people getting kills onto them that they just haven't been able to establish any real control. They finally put themselves in a double man advantage, so they look a lot more coordinated so far, with a lot of intel on the bottom floor, making sure there's no C4s to catch them off guard. Now the defenders still got yellow, still got bathroom, but Slash here, I think he's in the console office, just holding an angle into meeting. He is holding this bullet hole, but a lot of pressure resting here on Ossil. The bullet hole peek coming out for Slash, working out well for him, but Ossil wide peeks, gets the kill onto Jinky, which is a really nice shot there from Ossil. Bianca's doing a very good job here of just stopping the attackers getting into meeting, and again, Misalignment just struggling to get into sight and actually get control of it. They've gone into meeting and they've immediately just lost people for doing so. And Sensei's just sat out here on the window, not looking sure of what to do with himself. And Tats does get downed, and that's just savage. That is just absolutely savage from Revive, making a fantastic comeback there from a 5-3-3. Clutching the round out, taking themselves to 5-0, and that's the kind of performance which makes me wonder if they're going to 7-0 this map, because that looked to be a Team Misalignment round, and they are just not letting anything slip by them. Revive look absolutely on fire. I think I was live with 11 people just a minute ago. I've seen a couple of comments coming in, so I'm assuming not very many predictions coming out, and I doubt very many of you would have predicted this coming into the match. Misalignment top of the league here, and without a single round on Consulate so far. Revive are just recycling strats, so they've been doing the same thing every time. Which, Misalignment at this point, I think, have stuck to more or less the same. Ash, Sophia, Buck, Nomad. They've been swapping between, obviously, the Hard Breach, IQ, and Lion as their fifth. And nothing just seems to be working out for them. I just wonder if they need to take something like smoke grenades, just so that once they get into sight they can cover themselves a little bit and offer themselves a chance of actually getting some plant down. I've seen Misalignment bail on a couple of plant opportunities, and I just feel like if they'd stuck one of them, particularly on, I think it was their first top floor attack, they got into sight and they were midway through planting when A smoke canister just unnerved him a little bit, and I just wonder if they'd stuck it, would they have actually got the round win?
5 seconds to insertion. Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
I'm going to watch Sensei, because every single time so far, he's either died or got a kill just getting to the building, so I wonder if he's feeling a little bit apprehensive about walking up here. He's not running an ACOG, so he's got some pretty nasty angles. And also nearly does some damage to his teammate there. Just about stopping in time. Magic walking straight in front of him. It's been 30 seconds so far, and Misalignment haven't left the spawn, and I just feel like this is a sign that they're really nervous about the spawn peaks, and they just don't seem prepared. Bit of early pressure coming out on the main doors and windows here. And Pillis with the opening kill. Pillis is probably going to be mad at me because so far I've not caught any of his opening plays.
Bomb located by attackers.
Getting the next kill, and Jinky has left the game. So we've been talking a little bit about mentality between the two teams, and I think that is evident to TM at this point, probably just losing a little bit of will to play. Jinky, I'm not sure if he was the guy watching Rocket League, so he's probably gone off to watch the RLCS. If he wasn't the guy watching Rocket League, he'd probably consider it after this game. Might move game entirely. 2v4, Cooper and Tats left alive in another clutch situation. Looking very unlikely here to get around on the board on their attacking side. And Cooper not even aware of the hatch above him, and 6-0 sweep here, Revive. They've got the man advantage going into the next round unless Jinky reconnects. I think this is going to be a second 7-0 that I've casted within a fortnight of itself. Slash and Soother and Pillis as well, playing really well. Ossel and Webby not even playing badly themselves. I have lost connection for some reason. I'm not sure what's happened. Just going to message both teams and just ask about a rehost. So, just messaging both teams, it looks like the lobby's just completely died here. I'm not sure we're going to rehost yet, so I'm just going to end the stream because I think it looks like Team Misalignment have surrendered the map, so it's a 7-0 coming out here for Revive, who looked very impressive on Consulate. And that is Misalignment losing their first 2 maps of the Siege League. It does look like there were some ping issues throughout the whole map, which is a shame, but I don't think it would have mattered too much as Revive looked completely dominant. Anyway, I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry about the final round being surrendered, but unfortunately the lobby just died.